Greetings and welcome to your Mindfulness Mastery podcast. I am your host and trusted guide, Tawnya Love. I am an intuitive, shamanic, angelic wayshower, healer, light worker, and author. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this podcast. To schedule any one-on-one sessions or group healing events, you can visit and book your sessions on my divinely inspired website at mindfulnessmastery888.com. Thank you so much for your presence and for your support. Now sit back, relax, and open yourself to receive. All right, guys, welcome back to Mindfulness Mastery 888, Real, Raw, and Truthful with Tawnya Love and Cindy Campbell.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome, welcome. So we were discussing conscious creation as opposed to unconscious creation and what the differences are. And we ended with the last section where Cindy was kind of talking about like when we're in that place that we're lower on the spiral and we're struggling and we're creating from a place of separation. Mm-hmm. And I've kind of referenced that like with the Gene Keys book, how he talks about, Richard Rudd talks about when we're in the shadow frequency, you know, things are very polarized there. And it's like, I've made this reference to Cindy. I've kind of talked about how humans, when they're in shadow, will really quickly can justify being a villain because of their victimization. So they could be a victim energy that quickly justifies villainy, and they'll slide back and forth. I'm going to be totally mean, petty bitch. And then I'm going to cry and pretend like, how dare anybody call me out on being a mean, petty bitch. Does that make sense? Yes. Because it's shadow. So shadow frequency, it's kind of cray-cray, but energetically, it's what most humans are addicted to. It's why people love, and I'm not going to shame the Kardashians, but the show is a lot of fucking drama, let's be honest. And you know those shows, or if we watch the Love is Blind, like these shows that we've watched and we're like observing, and I'm kind of giving Cindy guys. So see right there, narcissistic tendencies right there, like no, red flags. And we're just like observing for things. But in those shows, a lot of that is created from a recipe of drama, because what most humans have discovered that are making these shows is like, oh, people are kind of addicted to drama. Mm-hmm. It's like a dog. If you ring a bell and it gets a treat, ring a bell, it gets a treat. Society has programmed humans to be really invested in drama.
Yes.
Something worth being aware of. And so we got to watch that, because when we're in the shadow frequencies, we'll do all kinds of weird, crazy shit just to get the attention, just to get the hits, the likes, the popularity. Mm-hmm. That's great if you're just planning on staying in Earth school for the rest of your goddamn existence and like you want to stay on the karmic wheel of insanity, right?
Right.
Great. Yeah. Don't have any awareness of what you're doing. Go on and just enjoy planet Earth's ride for as long as you need it. But for the souls that I feel will be guided to this podcast will be souls that are conscious and want to expand their consciousness. And their intention is to not stay anchored in a karmic slave school for the rest of their existence, right? So some of us may be wise older souls coming here. They're like, whoa, thank you for the reminder. Yes, I don't want to create more karma. Okay, I want to burn that shit down. I'm choosing self-mastery. I have to understand self-awareness. I can't be a conscious creator that could create entire universes if I can't handle my own emotions in a meat suit, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like shadow frequency. It's drama, it's chaos, it's unpredictable. And anyone that was raised in a family where it was not healthy and there was drama or abuse or anything, we've all had and done the best we could with where we were, including me. And there was times me with my ex, there was tension, there were things happening, and we're doing the best we can to raise happy children. And we're learning, we're all learning, and we're doing our best. But energetically, we're never going to find solutions and bliss and happiness and peace in Shadowland. So part of the purpose of the podcast and like books like the Gene Keys is to help us understand how we go and spiral out of it, which is what Cindy's question. If I'm in this shit soup and I'm drowning, how the fuck you throw a girl a bone? How do I get out of shit soup?
Can somebody throw me a buoy, please?
It's somebody. Why do I have these things? Like one night we were laughing and I jokingly said when people are in their ego and they're unchecked and unconscious, it's like they jump in a car and they're racing to shit cliff to get fucked. And Cindy's like, I gotta write that down. I swear to God, we're gonna make some merch to sell on here, and it's gonna just be things like "Go love your fucking self" and "Don't go to shit cliff and get fucked." But in this case, we're in shit soup and we're drowning.
We're in shit soup.
Basically, shadow is that, and we're doing the best we can because we're unconsciously reactively creating, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, somebody's happy and I'm just pissed off and I'm not gonna have a good day because why the fuck she's so happy? And it's just, it don't make sense. Let's just realize that.
Right.
Shadow doesn't make any damn sense. You could sit there for a lifetime and try to pick it apart and figure out why it is what it is. I highly recommend just leaving it. Does that make sense? We could stay there, try to analyze it. It's kind of like when I've been around humans that I can tell are very lost in the labyrinth of their darkness and their dark mind. Yeah. And you try to join them to understand it. Like Charles Wallace in The Wrinkle in Time. I'm going to come inside you and I'm going to understand you. No,
don't do it.
Don't do that. Because that energetic is kind of like, oh yeah, come on in. Be lost in the labyrinth of the darkness in my mind with me. That's kooky duke land. I don't recommend it. But when we know we're in our own, right? When we know, and there is a moment that hits, it has to, where we're like, this sucks. I don't like this. Like you've been there.
Yes.
You wouldn't be here doing a podcast with a woman like me if you really deep inside didn't want to shake some old shit off.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
And as you're doing that, there's times things get triggered in me and I'm shaking some old shit off.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I am doing it so silently and masterfully often that it may look like I'm never being challenged.
Yeah.
But it's not true.
Yeah.
I get challenged. I just don't let the challenges take me down. I sit with them quickly. Ooh, what is this energy? What is this? Okay. I turn on my spidey senses consciously. I feel something's coming from over there. There was a comment she said. There's something under that. Ooh, what's this? Why did Carter just say that? There's something going on there. Okay. Oh, what's this story coming from this person? Oh my God, is the world losing its mind? There is some collective energy, and I'm picking up on a lot. But when I'm doing it, I'm kind of fine-tuning like, okay, what's relevant to me? And what can I be assisting with in the greater picture?
Yeah.
And sometimes it might be like me helping you in my house or my kid, and I'm calling them out on something, right? Or I'm encouraging them in a direction. Sometimes it could be, dude, I wake up from a dream, cold sweats, like, what the fuck's going on? There's, I feel like a huge wave is going to hit Hawaii. A bunch of people are going to die. It's like vivid. And I'm sitting up and I'm just calling in and I'm talking to the wind. I'm talking to the water, calling in assistance and protection, asking the water to spread out because it's going to hurt a lot of people. Just spread the wave, protect the people. And I talk to the water and bam, it happens.
Yeah.
And there's like an earthquake. You know, when that happened, I'm getting a collective call.
Yeah.
It's funny, like not a collect call. That's so funny. I'm getting a collective call from source.
Which is kind of a collect call.
Tawnya, love at your service. Truly. And that's happened to me and other souls, because I've talked to different souls that are like, that happened to me with Japan, with Fukushima. And so there's times where I'm energetically picking up on huge stuff.
Yeah.
Or a time like you reach out, Tawnya, my parents are in the path of the hurricane. Can you protect their home? And I'm like, yeah, I'm on it. Let's call it in. And I talk to everything and create the energy, and bam, their house was fine, and a bunch of other houses not fine. I do always ask for the greatest good. And I remember that specific hurricane, talking to it, to the wind and the water, and saying, you know, could you just take it out to the ocean and dissipate this energy? And the energy spoke back and said, no, they want this. They want the destruction. And I say that for a very important reason. There's a book I highly recommend people read called The Nature of Personal Reality. And they get really deep into understanding this. I believe the woman's channeling the books, and she's kind of explaining what she's getting in this channel. But It's showing how we as humans are so connected to our external world. We are one with it.
Mm-hmm.
But many of us don't live accordingly. We don't behave accordingly. We don't acknowledge it. We're not living consciously.
Yeah.
So when we're conscious, we're going to be much more mindful of what we're doing to ourselves and to the outer environment. When we're not, we tend to plow through shit and just leave damage. Kind of like in the movie Man of Steel, when those beings come from the other planet and they're just fucking up Earth. They're going to do the same thing to Earth that they did to their planet, and it destroyed their planet. Yeah. They didn't learn a fucking thing. So unconscious creation, even if it looks really fancy, right? It can be technology. It can look like it's super fun, super fancy, or super intimidating, big tanks. But when it's unconscious creation, it's very destructive. Avatar, think of all the aliens coming to Pandora, and they're just fucking the place up. And they will do it again and again until the humans become conscious. So unconscious creation, destructive, shadow, but coming up out of it, coming to conscious place means we have to actually be courageous and sit with the energy and ask questions. So like me getting a collective call is to put frequency out to help the planet. But then there's times I'm in my house picking up on like, what is that angst coming from this one? Mm-hmm. And then when I ask the questions, I get a download of understanding that some people wouldn't like to know. And it's nothing to be scared of. I think some souls need to understand souls like mine more, that we're not like witches, we're not evil.
Right.
But man, are we one with Source, and Source knows all. So this is how I can know someone might have a potential for cancer being created and they need to address it now.
Yeah.
Or this one's got a situation, like I know when we've done sessions, like I knew things were going on with your hormones and different stuff. And you're like, oh shit, I think that might be true. And then it was.
Yeah.
I get these just downloads of knowing. They're not something I need to hold on to.
Right.
They're nothing based in like logic or opinion or like, oh, because this is like when I never hung out with you. Like we met through the conversations of soul coaching, but my point of saying that is that when we tune in, we can ask the questions and get more clarity on the situation. And that's how, as the role of kind of the leader of the household, I was called to invite everyone into the circle. Let's all talk about what's going on. And I know that a lot of times people aren't going to want to talk about what all's going on.
Right.
Because if they're protecting that, like, I don't want people knowing I'm being petty.
Right.
Like, I don't want to admit to that.
Right.
But energetically, if we can be truthful and transparent, which in the Gene Keys, he says, as we go to the gift frequency, it costs us our old self. Our old self is shadow. Mm. So to go to gift and higher, we become transparent and truthful. We connect. We see each other. We have telepathy. Telepathy is what we have. We have this gift.
Yeah.
But culturally, we will never embrace the mastery of it when we're hiding from each other.
Right.
So we won't let them in because we're hiding shit.
Right.
So a big part of humanity, because we're taking this big right now, individually, we're doing our work. That's your part. Collectively, and doing this podcast, I've done and continue to do my work. And this podcast is to send out signals to those who are wanting to understand, to have help. They will do their work. Don't underestimate the power of that. You doing yours, me doing mine, this one doing theirs. Mm-hmm. As we keep raising in vibration, it's going to shift things. It is happening, but it will happen more rapidly.
Yeah.
Our energy fields will keep expanding through the consciousness. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it.
So the importance of why we should do our shadow work. And in the beginnings, it's kind of self-serving. Like, oh, I don't want to feel shitty.
Right.
Maybe I'd like to have a friend that sticks around. You know what I mean? Maybe I'd like to have a relationship that lasts longer than a few months.
Maybe I'd like to not be an asshole.
Maybe I'd like to not be an asshole. I don't know. Sounds like it could be fun. Exactly. So that's like the first stages. But the bigger cosmic perspective is humanity finding freedom and coming out of shadow and coming into higher frequency, heaven on earth. So souls like mine, we're here to bring a consciousness, anchor it to earth, bring heaven to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven is a frequency. It's not a place, right?
Right.
Like when you were saying something about, I don't know. Can I share this?
Sure.
You're like,
Whatever.
I don't know. I've kind of wondered, like, am I able to do my shadow work here? Or do I need to go somewhere else and do it? Because I'm not judging you.
No.
But what the answer that Spirit had for me to give to Cindy was, the place that's best to do your shadow work is here and now. It isn't a destination.
Right.
You could be doing it in Minnesota. You could do it in Hawaii. You could do it in a cave. You could do it in a castle.
Right.
It doesn't. The destination, the place, that location, irrelevant.
Right.
The choice to focus and to see what's there that needs to be discarded, and to see what's there that needs to be integrated and embraced and understood, and then some parts released and activated, and then choose ascension here and now.
Yes.
Always here and now.
Yes.
For any of you out there thinking you need to be living in like Maui before you could be nice, no, you could learn that now, here and now, because it's really, it's kind of like our wounded ego creating, it likes to create things that will be a distraction to procrastinate the very work that needs to happen so that wounded ego doesn't run the show. But wounded ego likes to run the show. So it will encourage you to procrastinate and make excuses or run away from shamans.
To go hide.
Go run away from the shaman. I feel like they're judging us. Well, I judge myself and the shaman. And the shaman's just like, I feel you. You're judging yourself and now you're sending it to me. Did you want to stop that? Like, it's really that. It's not like that energy is judging you. But they are feeling it and they're sensing it, right? Yes. So the wounded ego. So does that kind of help with like shadow frequency, how we come up to gift? I mean, in a sense, I explained coming into gift, but do you want us to go deeper into that spiral? I feel like that might be good.
I think that's yes.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking, okay, let's say I'm somebody who's listening.
Yes. Give me a little scenario.
And I am feeling like shit about myself.
Okay.
Right. And okay, what's the thing they always tell you? Be grateful, be grateful. And then
little tricky to be grateful when you want to kill everyone.
Right.
Or yourself.
Yes.
Like let's take it deep. Let's take it low.
Yeah.
Low.
Yeah, super low.
Okay.
Like, yeah, how do you start getting out of the shit? And yeah.
I would say, kind of like I was describing to you when we had the meeting, and my voice can be very stern, not stern. I don't even like to say that, but I have a power. Direct. I have a power in me.
Yeah.
With my dogs, I don't even like to give it labels where humans distort so many things, but like alpha, when the alpha wolf growls at her pups and they're like, oh fuck, like mom is giving us a warning.
Yeah.
And if they want to keep fucking around, they find out and the mom rolls them on their back, has them by their neck, not hurting them, but just like, did you fucking hear what I said? That'll get your shit killed. I'm trying to warn you. So it's all training, right? It's love. So energetically, I can have that intensity in my energy at times, like searing light at times when it's being called for. Because typically, you know me, I'm very calm, peaceful, chill, almost like kind of a soft voice, right?
Yeah.
But energetics come in and they're denying, they're deflecting, they're rejecting, and then protecting their ego. The searing light can come through and be like, you know what I'm saying. I know what I'm feeling. Process, right?
Yes.
It can come through, and where if that one's like, oh, fuck, I feel called out a little bit. But it's not to judge or shame. It's just like the alpha wolf the wolf mama protecting the pup. Like, hey, you're literally in danger. You're hurting yourself. So when I was in that meeting and I said, I am feeling frustrated. Now, I know frustration on the spiral isn't the highest place.
Right.
So what I was wanting to explain and what I was talking to Cindy about earlier is that I don't reject what I am feeling. I also don't identify with it. So it's a couple things important. If you say, I am this, you identify. That's harder because you start to cement yourself there.
Yes.
I am this is a very thing. I would be very careful and cautious of what you put after that, unless you love that. If you love something, say it powerfully.
Yeah.
And watch it blossom. If you say it powerfully and you don't love it, watch it blossom. Unconscious creation. So when I've said to you, I'm feeling frustration, like I'm feeling the energy of frustration, that is my cue. Something's off. An energy is definitely affecting me. I have allowed it to bring me down in frequency. What am I learning here? What needs addressed here? And how do I now choose to spiral back? So the first thing is you want to be authentic. Authentic is the most powerful frequency, more so than even gratitude. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because gratitude, when you're not grateful, is fucking fake. And you know it.
Yes.
And you feel like this is bullshit. Right? So if I like came up to you and you're feeling scared and I know that it could be construed that way, but it's understanding where you are, but knowing where you want to go.
Yes.
So a person saying, and a lot of light workers encourage, like, focus on gratitude. They are really wise. They're not dumbasses.
No.
Because I've heard people shame light workers, like, what a fucking dumbass. Like, they don't understand. It's really easy, especially when you're in shadow. Light workers are dumbasses. Okay. Because you're angry. You're angry. You're in shithole. They're up here on Hallelujah Cliff. You just got fucked because you came off fucked cliff. And so you're like, fuck you, light worker.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
But truly, an aligned light worker is guiding you in a direction. But the best way to get there, because that's what you're asking, and I just got goosebumps, the best way, I feel Spirit's really wanting people to get this, because I feel like there's almost like a war between struggle and light worker. Like almost like a shaming thing, and like that they're delulu, or that they just are fucking fairy tales, right? Like it's not reality. And trust me, there are people living like that. But interestingly, the more you live in a direction and talk about things that you like, they manifest. So delulu can end up taking you exactly where you want to go. I'm just going to say it. But energetically, if we're here in frustration, don't say I am, but do acknowledge I am feeling an energy of frustration. Okay. I'm going to authentically know I'm feeling that. There's no shame. There's no rejection. There's no denial. I'm here. This is where I'm out on the spiral, the spectrum of frequency. So in this, what is it that I need to get here? I came here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. So I don't deny it. I don't reject it. I don't shame myself. I'm right there fully, authentically, feeling the feels, right? And then the release of energy, there's expression, communication, whatever's, like in my case, it was Spirit calling me. My higher self was like, you need to address this, go talk about this, get back in your frequency, but this is needing to be said. It's like we can't walk around with denial.
Right.
If we want to actually all have a healthy family, everyone needs to be aware of what health looks like. And those who don't want to know what health looks like, I'm going to be very clear. There might be some who don't want health and they're not interested. And they will be little fucking demons in your movie until they move away or you do. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't have to happen, but some energies, some beings have let themselves go to entity control. So entities are literally controlling them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you could love that person, but see a little demon come out constantly that you're just like, dude, this is toxic. This is not safe for me. You can tell it's toxic for them too, but demons taking over. Does that make sense? So like demons possessing that body, that's an important thing to understand, because I feel like this could be subtle to very complex and like dangerous.
Yeah.
Like aggressive, like domestic violence kind of stuff or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So understanding that is really important, but basically embrace the energy and don't deny what is. Be authentic. But where are you going next? And we're going to pause here because we're about 25 minutes and we're going to talk about where we go next. So anything you want to finally say before we click over and come back for more?
I can't wait.
Come back, guys. We're going to have popcorn. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today to our most recent podcast of Mindfulness Mastery 888, The Real, Raw, and Truthful. For those who would like to book any one-on-one sessions, you can contact me at mindfulnessmastery888.com. A gentle warning on working in higher realms of consciousness. As you are listening to our podcast, you may feel or experience tingles, dizziness, or tiredness. This is your body giving you guidance that it needs to relax. It's not a bad thing, but we do encourage you to honor your body and get yourself in a position where you can relax and receive these codes of consciousness. I thank you for taking a moment to subscribe, like, share, and follow, and come back and check out our newest content. Have a blessed and peaceful day.